one of Rocket League's most elusive playstyles. Unused for its lack of effectiveness on the field. A skill so exotic in almost a 10-year history of the game has practically no content. In this guide, I will be explaining the sacred art of backwards dribbling and bounce dribbling.
So why make the video? Well, it's because I've been plagued with injury recently and I've spent a lot of time in bed recuperating. Most importantly, I've been struggling with hand problems. You know, hand problems. Gaming too hard for long hours, eventually you get injuries, and that's what I have. Gaming's hard with hand injuries.
So essentially, to summarise, carpal tunnel syndrome. As gamers, you would have definitely heard about it. It's based on a lot of repetitive movements. The carpal tunnel inside your wrist, it swells up and it puts pressure on the nerve. And when it puts pressure on the nerve, it causes eventually tingling, numb sensations and a lot of pain when you're gripping. That's essentially what I have. I've been resting it on and off, but I feel like I've left it a little bit late. So the other situation I've got is another syndrome called Deca-Vans tenosynovitis. It's a painful condition that affects the tendon that run through another tunnel that's on my thumb. So on top of having problems with all my fingers and the tingling sensations, I have a problem with my thumb and pain that goes all the way up to my forearm. Same hand, the dominant hand, and what can you do if you can't play games with your one good hand? So that's essentially why, it's not the only injuries that I've received in the last say 6 months or so, but the hand injuries aren't healing at all. It's really annoying. So to summarise, this is a photo of my injured hand, this is a photo of my injured thumb, this is a photo of my injured knee, this is a photo of my injured foot, and this is a picture of my cat. Looking good! So after months of being in bed, hoping that the hand would heal itself, I got fed up. I'm starting up Rocket League, man. And I play it. I've only got one working hand, my left hand, but I'm determined, and that is what I use.
So how could I even conceive this idea? Driving backwards? Who would think of that? Well, in a nutshell, it's normal. Normal for me. I have a history of learning normal things in strange and unique ways, one of which is my bicycle, my BMX. I like to ride it backwards. It didn't take very long to learn, but it's not things that people normally do, and I pride myself on that.
And also, big fan of anime, shout out to Naruto. I like to practice hand signs. I wanted to see if it was possible. I wanted to see if it was viable in game. I wanted to see how far a solid 30 days of training would get me. And more importantly, I wanted to play my homeboy, Rocket League.
Dun, 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 dun. So, what did I want from playing it? Well, I wanted to get good, kid. Get good.
I wanted to make content for my channel, and I wanted to help encourage a new age of backward driving nutters and show how useful it can be in the game. The game's very one-dimensional. We all know how to play it, but we don't know how not to play it. And that's essentially what I'm doing. Add it to your arsenal. Nope, not that arsenal. Essentially, you will be part of one of the elite few with the riff. and if used, it will add more dimensions to the game.
Just like a community that supports extra game modes, Heat Seeker, the Freestylers, or even Workshoppers.
There's also a challenge at the end which I'm sure will raise some eyebrows.
With that being said, let's get into it.
Day 1.
So when I try anything, I always go in headfirst in the deep end, and it always ends up with frustration and disappointment. You know, the old, I ain't doing this no more. You know, idiots learn this stuff, this is stupid.
But from years of playing Rocket League, my ceiling and pop-up's pretty wild, but the floor is literally non-existent.
God.
So we hop onto free play for some backwards driving practice, and this is what it looks like.
As you can see, it's not great, but I'll be honest, it was exciting, and I'll play Rocket League anywhere I can get it, even if I was playing with my feet.
Woo! Oh yeah!
Day 2. So I hop straight back into free play and grind.